Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Candy Stories. This is your host AK and after a long time, I'm back with episode 3 of my series, The Curse of Chandralekha Vatika. It has been 2 months since I last uploaded on my channel, and 4 months since I last uploaded an episode. I was quite busy with studies and all, but now I have some time, and that's why I'm going to utilize this. And I'm finally going to be uploading all episodes of season 2 starting from today. All right, so yeah, and today is also my birthday, so that's why I've decided that I'm going to be uploading today. Yeah, without any further ado, let's begin episode 3, The Curse of Chandralekha Vatika, season 2. Okay, so episode 3's title is It Has Begun. Alright, so the episode starts with the residents of Chandralekha experience observing the red rain from inside their houses. Panic spread quickly. At 9 a.m., the rain stopped and people came out in sheer disbelief. The police started to receive hundreds of calls to report the incident that occurred. The news spread like wildfire. The entire national media started to cover the incident widely. Harsh also saw this and was unable to process it. Harsh thought, how can this be possible? Then he read the newspaper and could not believe what he read. The newspaper said, the newspaper read, mysterious light appears above Chandralekha Park. The article further read that a boy has been reported missing. The boy's name was Rocky. So when he read the name, he was in complete shock because it turns out that Rocky was his bully, his former bully. He was last seen in Chandralekha Park, and after that he just disappeared. Okay, and there was a blue light that appeared in the sky that when he disappeared that pierced the sky, and it scared a lot of people there and it caused a lot of panic. All right, and the next day the red rain happened, so I hope you understand. Next, let's move on. Harsh then proceeded to call Rahul in panic. After he told him what happened with to Rocky, Rahul was shocked and asked in fear, what is going on in this town? I'm feeling scared now. To this, Harsh replied, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I also read something else, however. At the same time Rocky disappeared, another boy named Shubham disappeared in front of the old library that had burnt down last year. His parents told the newspaper something that sent chills down my spine. They also saw the same blue light that people saw at night in the Chandralekha Park. After reading this, After hearing this, Rahul and Harsh decided to get to the bottom of these disappearances. So they grabbed their bicycles and decided to ask a few eyewitnesses about the mysterious light they had seen the night before. So, after speaking to a few, they met one who told them that when he was walking just a few meters away from the park, he saw a boy with something on his head looking scared and perplexed. He further added that he was turning back again and again, but he chose to ignore it and went home. After 5 minutes, he saw the blue light piercing the sky from the same spot that boy was standing on. When they asked him about the red rain, he told them that he also saw the red rain from his house and also read the news of Rocky's disappearance. Taken aback, they left for the police station to give the police their findings. There they met Inspector Manoj, the officer who helped them to search for Ashok last year. So he was a main, you could say, a very helping character in season 1 when Ashok disappeared. So they met him, alright? After meeting him, they gave him their findings and notes along with the eyewitnesses' contact numbers and requested him to investigate the case. After this, they went to Rahul's house to study for their project related to the book The History of Chandralekha. Meanwhile, Dr. Aditi finally gets discharged from the hospital and returns to her work. She was a little distraught and was having nightmares of the mysterious rock she uncovered from the Chandralekha Vatika that had emitted the light that caused her to faint. She could also hear whisper and chants in her nightmares. She further investigated the rock with her team and placed it in a container that was made of steel. Her team was stunned and confused as they could not understand why the rock was glowing orange. The team then decided to investigate using some books and resources. When they could not find anything, they decided to study the history of Chandralekha to maybe understand where the prophecy on the stone came from. Now, here's where this actual story, the actual twist begins. In the blood dimension, Rocky came back to his senses as and he could not understand where he was. He then looked to his right and was stunned. Through a window, he saw a red sky with red clouds and what looked like an army of men standing in a line. Then he heard a voice from behind that sounded very familiar. Too familiar. The voice said, "Do you recognize me, Rocky?" He turned around and saw Ashok, who was completely inhuman. Rocky was in a state of shock and asked, "Ashok, is that you? You are supposed to be dead. How are you alive?" To this, Ashok replied with an evil smirk. "I am alive so that I can conquer the world with my father, starting with your stupid town, and you are going to help me whether you like it or not." He tried to run, but Ashok just struck him from his shield, knocking him out cold. He then proceeded to drag him to a room which had poles and ropes tied to them. On top of those poles was a bucket filled with a strange liquid. He tied his hands to the rope. He came back to his Rocky came back to his senses again, but it was too late. Ashok pulled another rope that caused the liquid in the bucket to fall onto Rocky. He started to scream as his skin turned green, his nails became longer, and he turned into something else entirely, something inhuman. He asked Ashok, "What do I have to do, Prince?" Ashok responded in his cold voice, "You have to get me more children to join our army and conquer the world." Rocky said, "I will do that, Prince." Ashok then proceeded to give Rocky his own black war armor along with an enchanted spear and shield. Ashok basically wanted to make Rocky into his right hand. He wanted Rocky to serve him. Alright? He wanted Rocky to be his right hand. So from there, chaos began in the town of Chandralekha. In the next 3 days, 50 children disappeared from the town, all under mysterious circumstances. Every time someone would disappear, a blue light would pierce the sky along with a strange sound that sounded like a roar. The weather started to get worse by the day. The red rain happened every day from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. There were people who died in the mysterious circumstances. There were 10 deaths that happened over the course of 3 days. The bodies were found at one location, the Chandralekha Vatika. All victims had died from a cardiac arrest. Their faces looked completely pale, like they had seen something that was inhuman. The Chandralekha Vatika was then sealed by the Chandralekha police. And yes, now Dr. Raj, Dr. Aditi, Rahul, Harsh, Deepika, Ashok's mother, Neil, Ashok's father, and Inspector Manoj decided to meet at Rahul's house to try and understand what was going on in the town. Everyone decided to tell Dr. Raj and Dr. Aditi what happened with them in the Chandralekha Vatika last year. They told the both of them about how Ashok fell into the Vatika, how they encountered the mysterious man, how Ashok supposedly died, and how the man too died, and all the mysterious events that happened last year. After hearing that, they were completely speechless. Dr. Aditi told them about the mysterious rock and the inscription that was on the rock. Suddenly, all of a sudden, the boys remembered something very important. They rushed to Dr. Aditi and Dr. Raj with the book, The History of Chandralekha. They pointed to a Sanskrit line they couldn't understand. Dr. Aditi, after reading that line, went into a state of disbelief and she could not believe her eyes because that line was the same prophecy that was inscribed on the stone she uncovered from the Vatika. Everyone went quiet in that room. Right when they were about to read more, they heard something. They looked from the window. It was a bright light that was piercing the sky. However, it was a red beam of light. It was no longer blue, it was red. The weather suddenly started to turn weird. The sky and the clouds turned red. In the Vatika, figures started to emerge from the ground holding spears and shields. Soon, an army of 700 soldiers were out of the ground, ready to destroy. At last came Ashok and the Earth Slayer, wearing their black indestructible armor with indestructible weapons. Ashok had enchanted all weapons with his dark shadow powers, making them strong enough to kill 10 people at once. The episode ends with Rahul saying, "It has begun." When others asked, "What has begun?" Rahul responded in fear, "The beginning of the end." So that's all for this episode. I hope you liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment on this video, and please support me. It's been a long time since I have uploaded, but yeah, the next two episodes are going to be the best episodes that I will ever be writing. This episode took a long time to write. It was a very, very tough challenge to write, but now, trust me, episode 4 and 5 are going to be the most epic chapters of this series, and you are not ready for what's coming in the next two episodes. So, with that, I'm going to be signing off. Thank you for watching if you stuck till the end. And if you haven't watched the previous season or the last two episodes of season 2, go watch them. They're free. You can go and watch them. There's no problem. So, yeah, thank you and peace.